sing together. Waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully in each moment and to learn at peace with eyes of compassion. Waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully in each moment and to learn at peace with eyes of compassion. Breathe, smile, breathe, smile, breathe, smile. Very good. So, this is my last lecture for today, and I hope that you enjoy the past almost 2 days, and also you have learned something to take it back to help you practice while you're in school, at home, out there in a tough world. Today I'd like to share the 3 refuges, which is the 3 taking refuge in the 3 jewels. I know most of you already taking the refuge in the 3 jewels and have practiced or remember to practice the 5 mindfulness training or 5 precepts. So for those who have a Dharma name, a Buddhist name, that's mean you're already taking this 3 jewels. You know what they are? The Buddha jewel, the Dharma jewel, the Sangha jewel. After you are taking the 5, taking refuge in the 3 jewel, you vow to practice the 5 precepts or 5 mindfulness trainings. You remember what they are? Refrain from killing, refrain from stealing, refrain from sexual misconduct, very good. Refrain from speaking false language, and refrain from intoxicating your mind and body. Some of you are very close. So you need to remember that, because the Buddha said that for every precept you keep, you practice fully, you have 5 Dharma protector protecting you, guard you in your journey of life. That's why you never feel alone and lost. 5. So let's say if you practice fully 5 precepts, you don't harm life, you don't steal other people's stuff. When you're married to someone, you make commitment to that person fully. You don't speak false language, you don't lie, you don't gossip, you don't manipulate others, you don't use harsh, abusive words to others, and you don't drink, gambling, so that you use your consciousness. If you practice all that, and each precept you keep, that's when you have 5. So that's how many is that? 5 times 5 is what? You have 25 protecting you. That's why when you're driving and you lost control and you got into an accident but you're still in one piece, that's because you have someone protecting you. When you fall down from the cliff, stairs, 10 steps, and you're okay. I saw people who fall down from 10 feet down. They're fine, no broken bone. They have Dharma protector. So in our life, we have that fortune, we have that protection, the spiritual protection, is because you will live a good life. Every time you live a very good life, every moment you live a very good life, people around you, spiritually, you can't see it. They're taking refuge in you. They're aside you, to protecting you, because you help them to live a good life. But today I'm not going to talk about 5 mindfulness training or 5 precepts. I'm going to only concentrate and elaborate only on the 3 jewels. So to let you know how important these 3 jewels. They're just not a simple jewel that you wear on your necklace, on your neck, ear, or just a fashion design on yourself. This is this precious jewel. And this is the very first step that open the door for you to study Buddhism. Whether you're being a beginner, whether you've been practicing for 10 years, 30 years, 40 years, 56 or 60 years, you still practice the 3. Take refuge in these 3 jewels. That's why in all our chant, we always start with the 3 jewels before we begin the chanting. And we also end with the 3 jewels before we close the ceremony. So what is refuge? Refuge is mean coming back to your true home. The home of stability, freedoms, peace, and joy. That's a true home. And if you don't have that true home yet, then you take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha to build that stability, freedom, peace, and joy home that you have within yourself. And jewels, why we refer to jewels? Jewel here is something that's a very precious treasure that empower you to be more spiritually rich and secure. So it's not a regular jewel that you wear on yourself, because those jewels is impermanent. In time, it's fade. In time, you might get lost, right? Someone might steal your jewel. Those are just temporary. But these jewels is within and is forever. And the more you practice it, the more it's become polished and clean and shine. So the first jewel we take in is the Buddha jewel. The Buddha here in front of us. In all the monastery, we display and install the Buddha, because he's the teacher of this world. Taking refuge in the Buddha. Remember the line that we learned? I take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. I'm going to make you go remember this after 1 hour, 40 minutes of my lecture. So I want you to memorize this, okay? I take refuge in the Buddha. Repeat after me. The one who shows me the way in this life. Again. Again. I take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. Okay, let me say the first line, 3 words, and you fill in. I take refuge in the Buddha. The next line. The one showed me the way in this life. Very good. Taking refuge in the Buddha means taking guidance of the enlightenment one. Buddha is a true human being figure. He's not a god. He's a human being. But because he got enlightenment, he reached enlightenment, therefore he's the greatest teacher in the world. He's a teacher, spiritual teacher. And if he would live, he would be over 2,600 years old. So Buddha was born in around 4th century of BCE, which is 500 years before Jesus. So when you take refuge in Buddha, you take refuge in the enlightenment one, because he was a human being, he was a prince. He left his prince life and searched for a waking path to help all human beings to end their suffering and to attain awakening as well. And he did. He did become enlightenment. And that's why nowadays we still, as his student, and his daughter and son, we still practice his teaching. Not just Vietnamese, not just Chinese, not just Korean, Tibetan, but many people in the world are practicing his teaching. And people are now slowly drawn into Buddhism. Now, Buddhism don't have the mission like other religions where they go out and search people and draw people in. We don't do that. Because when you come to Buddhism, you come with awake mind, you come with self-discipline, you come with self-awareness. Because you know this is better, this is the best for you in life, and you just come and search. We don't come in door and knock. Monks don't come in door and knock and invite you in. But we wholeheartedly share with you what's the best for you in there to practice. So even when you don't go to the monastery, to temple, nobody punish you, nobody say anything. You're the one who gained and you're the one who lost. So that's what's so special about Buddhism. So people who come to monastery, come to these retreats, you have a high self-discipline. So each of you who are here today, that's mean you have very high self-discipline in you. That's why you come in here. Whether you come here because your parent making you, whether you come here because of our fun, it doesn't matter. But you're here. That's mean you have the element, the quality of self-discipline in you and self-awareness. That's Buddhism. So to be able to practice Buddhism is not easy. You have to have that characteristic in you, the self-discipline, the self-awareness, the loving kindness, compassion, and understanding what is best for you, what is best for your family, what is best for your future. That's why you come to Buddhism. And not a lot of people see that. I see our human mind is like something, we like someone who says something to us. We like someone to do something for us. We like success will come to us without any effort. But that's impossible, right? Everything you have to put effort in it. If you want a happy life, if you want a successful life, you need to put effort in it. So if you want a very peaceful and happy and freedom, stability, you have to practice Buddhism. You have to put effort. Every day, sit for 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes during the day, and 5 minutes at night. That's not a lot, just like you've been doing this morning and yesterday. Just sit and follow your breathing, and just sit and smile to yourself. Just recognize the in and out breath. Taking refuge is that way, because when we're not enlightened, we take refuge in Buddha for his guidance, to help us so that we can touch that Buddha nature in ourselves. The Buddha nature is absent of the idea of fear, worry, anxiety, jealousy, anger, hatred, discrimination, prejudice. All that must be absent in order for you to touch the Buddha nature. So the Buddha nature is opposite from all that negative elements. So when you feel joy and feel happy and peace, that means you touch your Buddha nature. And we want to touch our Buddha nature moment to moment, so that we feel joy and feel happy, so that we can be productive, not to ourselves, but to the people around us. Every one of you are responsible to make sure that you are happy and peace, and to make sure the people around you are happy and peace. And people around you are not like that. You are responsible to make sure they are happy and peace, just like you. Make sure that there's no crime, no hatred and war in this world. We can start by today, every one of you. And you can spread that out and share with other people. That's called giving Dharma. Anyone can do this, right? Everyone can come and comfort other people. So taking refuge in Buddha is that what it means. It's taking refuge in the guiding of enlightenment one, so that we can touch our Buddha nature in every moment. The Buddha nature is the elements of all the elements of goodness, compassion, loving kindness, care, concern of others, a feeling, and respect and being humble, all that, then you are truly a Buddha son and daughter and truly Buddha student. So let's just repeat the first Buddha jewel again. Can you say it by yourself? I take. Very good. Very good. So at least one person I know is who have memorized. Good. So that's what I want you to say. And every morning when you wake up, you should read this 3 jewel. So the first jewel you'll remember, the Buddha jewel. Now, what's the next jewel? Very good. The Dharma jewel. I take refuge in the Dharma. Can you repeat after me?
I take refuge in the Dharma.
The way of understanding and love. Again. Don't mumble your words. There you go. And love. Very good. So, what is Dharma? Dharma is the teaching of Buddha. So I take refuge in the Dharma is I take refuge in the guiding of the Buddha teaching. Buddha teachings had over 84,000 methods. So as myself, as a monk, when I give a lecture, when I share, it depends on the crowd and depends on the group that I think was best. And so as other Dharma master too. So there's a lot of methods to be practiced, but we can start with a very simple thing like this that I want you to begin with. So when you take refuge in a Dharma, you know that you take the teaching of the Buddha for your guidance. And in a nutshell, we say that the teaching is compiled of loving kindness and understanding, but it can be more than that. Just like in if you see the bird that has the 2 wings, right? We like to symbolize that the compassion is your left, and your right is wings is your understanding. You need to have compassion, loving kindness, in order to understand other person. So the compassion and understanding are co-enhanced with one another. So if you don't have the teaching, you have not learned a lot of teaching from Buddha yet, and have not studied so much about Buddhism, you can start by your best capacity is by practicing the 5 precepts. Like each one of you already vowed to the Buddha, to the Dharma, and to the Sangha to go forward and practice it right? You're at least trying to protect all life, not to harm any life, in your thinking, in your speaking, or in your action. You're trying your best not to harm any life. If you want to say something to someone, try to breathe first before you say something. Otherwise, you don't know your words might hurt that person's feeling. Have you ever felt the experience that someone saying something to you, you feel so pain that in the next day you still feel that pain again, and next day you still feel hurt? Sometime in our point of life, right? That means you are killing a person. I mean, killing here doesn't mean like you have to get a gun and shoot that person, or get a knife and cut that person. That is so, we call it unmentally stable. And you're not. But we kill each other through our words and through our action, like punch someone, hit someone, slap someone. That's killing there. And sometimes you kill yourself too when you think something negative about saying like how unuseful you are, that how ugly you are, how stupid you are. All that is you're killing yourself. Thinking all the negative is also killing yourself. and you end up getting a razor and cut yourself. I hope nobody self-harm yourself in here. Good. Very good. Don't ever self-harm yourself or get eraser and raise your skin. I had seen this, and these children had came to me for help, and now they're fine. You see, when they don't have a way to practice, they do that. They harm themselves. But you're different. You have the practice. You have the way. You know what's best for you, best for your future, best for your family. Therefore, you protect yourself. So if you see someone who is harming his or herself, you have the obligation to come and help them, to come and free them from fear. That's called third giving, free from fear. And everyone can do that, right? Especially you guys who come in here, you can do this. So taking refuge in the Dharma again is taking refuge in the Buddha teaching for guiding, so that you have the right way, the right path to walk. You act productively, you speak compassionately, you think positively. That's mean taking refuge in Dharma. And the other precept you can practice is not to steal other people's stuff. When you're taking someone's stuff, you have to ask. Taking someone's stuff, even your own sibling, without his or her permission, that's called stealing. And that's why they're not happy with you. Because when they try and look for it, they know where it went. And the third precept is taking refuge and practice not to sexual misconduct. At your age, at the school age student, I think you just focus in school. But you can make friends. You can get socialize with other people to get to know them. And remember to protect yourself. You have a precious jewel in here, so you protect yourself. If you are truly a gentleman, and if you want to touch a girl, you want to hold her hand, you have to ask permission first. You don't just, I know that you have not get you on the stage yet, but if you are about to go onto the stage, make sure you do that. I'd like you to breathe in. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Before you ask this girl named Lisa, Lisa, may I hold your hand? That's a true gentleman. A true gentleman don't just grab someone's hand, push his hand over her shoulder. That's not a true gentleman. Okay. So that's what you do. And then the girl, when he asks you, can I hold your hand? You breathe in, you breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. And breathe in, and breathe out. 3 times, but take your time to take in and out breath 3 times. And when you think you're okay with it, then you say, John, yes, you may hold my hand. Nobody's John in here. Okay, I'm not trying to pick anyone. I'm trying to pick a name that is not in here. So remember that, okay? That's called, at least at this age that you're in, that's what you need to practice. And I'm sure after 3 breaths in and out, you know what to do, and you might not need to do that. But just be there and talk is enough. I mean, each of you yesterday has said that you are not able to taking care of your own self is already hard. So taking care of another person is even harder. So that's a true gentleman, and that's a good manner of a girl. Okay? So don't have the desires for others to touch you, to hold your hand, because you don't value yourself. So guys here, I want you to be supportive to the girls, and the girls here, value yourself. I don't want you to stand, have a high standard, high expectation, and that you look down to the guy. But I don't want you see yourself so low that you not value yourself. I want you to use your mindfulness, your self-discipline, your self-awareness, what is right for you, what is the right way to treat each other. Is that clear? That's called taking refuge in Dharma. And every one of you already vowed to the Buddha, to Dharma, and Sangha, go for that refuge. That's refuge for Dharma. So let's repeat again. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and love. Okay, now let's do the Dharma, the Buddha. Very good. I take Dharma. Yeah, you could. Let's do sometime in very harmony. Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Very good. Yay! Very good. So last jewel, I take refuge in the Sangha. Repeat after me. The community that lives in harmony and awareness. Very good. Again. And awareness. Very good, Eric. Very good. Tony. Very good, Tony. Now, I take refuge in the Sangha. It means I take refuge in the monk for teaching, for guiding in spiritual life. Original word Sangha is mean harmony. That's what it means. And there's called monastic Sangha and lay Sangha. But here you take refuge in the Sangha of monastic. The female monk and male monk are monastic. You take refuge in them because they spend their time to practice, to study, and they commit their whole life to live for the benefit of humankind. And that's why you come to us for that teaching. And we give to you what we have learned and what we have practiced. Us, ourselves, we live very simple life. I mean, we don't have hair like you guys, so we don't use any shampoo much. We don't wear different kind of style clothes. Believe me, these clothes can last for 20 years, 30 years, and you can still wear it. So our clothes last forever, and the only color we wear is brown and gray. So we don't spend much money on that. That's money that you give it to us. We use that money to build the monastery. We use that money to buy the material to teach you. On ourselves, we spend nothing. If I want to build material life, I would stay home and with my mom and my dad, who can provide what I want, just like you and your mom provide you. But I know what is best for me. I find the best for me is to live as a monk's life, so that I could be joyful and happy, freedom and stability. And I hope that one day I share it back to you, which I'm doing right now. That's my goal. So every one of you has that purpose in life. You should have a purpose in life. You come here not to eat and play and die. That's such a boring life. But you come here, you eat, you have fun, but you do something for yourself, for your family, for the community, society, larger for the world. That's fun. That's a truly ultimate fun. That's I call cool and funky, elegant and deep. So taking refuge in Sangha, you come to us, you come to the monastic for the guiding to teach you. Because we have the way, we represent the Buddha, we represent the Dharma to teach you. And so that's why when you come to the monastery, when you see the monk, you bow to each other, you bow to them. and they bow you back. You bow to them to show respect that they have Buddha nature in him and her, and that thank you for their sharing the teaching. And we bow you back that we know that you have that Buddha nature in you, and that you will also become one of the good instrument, good source for the society. That's what bow means. So when you bow to someone, whether to the monastic or to your lay friend, please bring your hands together. Your left is your body and your right is your mind. You bring it together and you bow like that. So put it right in your heart, not on your belly, not down to your knee, not down on top of your face, but right on your heart to do that. Very good, Tony. Just like Tony's doing it. And don't push your hand right now on your chin. You just want to hold right on your heart like that. There you go. And if you want to look nice, make it into a lotus bud. Like that. So that's why taking refuge Sangha. And now for lay Sangha, if you practice the Buddha teaching and you all get along one another, you all respect one another, then you are truly a lay Sangha. So taking refuge in Sangha is taking refuge of the community that live in awareness and mindfulness. That live harmony and awareness, that live in a loving kindness, sharing, and motivate others to live better. That's truly a Sangha. So let's just repeat, I take refuge in a Sangha. Very good. So that means we can sing the song. So there's a song to this. Now this is what I want you to do. Every one of you, I'm sure you have an altar at home, right? Like an altar. You have a Buddha statue and you have incense holder. You have a bell? Very good. If you have a bell and you have your sibling, both of you take turn to invite the bell and to recite each jewel. When you wake up, before you go sleep, before you go out, or when you go sleep. Can you do that? You come to an altar, you just bow 3 jewels only. At least you can 3 jewels. And you can start with the 3 jewels. So first, if you have the bell, I will show you how to invite the bell. This is called inviter, okay? Inviter. This is the bell and this is the base. We say invite the bell, we don't say hit the bell, because we respect the bell. Because the bell represents awakening our mind. So there we have a lot of respect to this bell. So when you invite, before you invite the bell, you awake the bell first to ask for permission and to bring attention of others to listen to the sound of the bell, and for you to be mindful while you invite the bell. So you awake like this, then you begin to invite. Usually go in 45-degree angle, and you follow your breathing. You invite 3 bells, 3 sound of the bell. Then if you the one who invite the bell, then you awake again and you ask your sibling, or you by yourself, then you recite, I take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. Then you invite the bell and you bow down. When you touch the earth, both your forehead, your 2 hands, and your knees touch the floor. Again, you have to touch the floor to be humble and to lower down yourself so that you can touch with the earth, because the Mother Earth is the elements of stability, freedom, peace, and break to life. So you want to touch your head on the floor. Remember, when you bow down, touch your head, please. And you might want to say that, I take refuge in the Buddha. May I, for every moment, awakening. May I learn to love and respect all life. You can say it like that when you touch your head. You breathe in and you contemplate something like that. So may I learn and love and respect all life. May I be mindful in every moment. Something like that. After you recite that verse. Is that clear? And then if you're the one who invite the bell, then you awake again so that everybody get up. Then you repeat the second jewel. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and love. Are you still with me? Good. Then you awake, you invite the bell, you bow down. Very good. Then you say, I take refuge in the Dharma. May I learn to practice the Buddha teaching so that I can be the instrument, the source that bring happiness and joy to others. May I help others to relieve their suffering and pain. That's what you say. You want to say something like that. I don't want you to just bow down like a machine. I want you to bow down to contemplate what you need to do to practice a Buddha jewel, to practice a Dharma jewel. Is that clear? Very good. And at the third jewel, you invite again. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community that lives in harmony and awareness. Then you bow down. You say, I take refuge in the Sangha. May I come to the monastery regularly to learn the teaching of the Buddha from the monastic, from the monks, so that I can grow better as a person each day. May what I have learned from the monastics, I will share it back to my friends, to those who in need. Is that clear? So if you're very smart, so you come, I'll give you a few example phrases that you can use, but I'm sure you can be better. But you have something like that to contemplate and to practice. So I don't want you to just bow like a machine, hit the bell, and then up and down. No, when you invite the bell, you follow your breathing, you bow, and you contemplate, and slowly get up, and then slowly get down. Contemplate, slowly get up, and slowly get down, contemplate. That's called a true practitioner. That's called a true master of yourself. So here's a song that we can practice to help you remember. Because I'm afraid that you might remember at this moment, but right when you left this monastery, you forget. But I want you, really at least do one time a day. In the morning, before you go to school, you come to the altar and you bow to 3 jewels, just like what I just have done. And if I have a chance to come back here again, if you invite me to come back here again, we're going to have a quiz. And I might not remember all your names, but I will remember all your faces. So here's a song. I take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddhaya. Can you say Buddhaya? Okay, let's just sing together the first jewel. I take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddhaya. So the third time you stress out the word Buddhaya. Okay, 2, 3. Very good. Again, one more time. Together. Come on, sit upright. Sit upright. And take this in. Breath. And take it out. Breath. Now, this time you're going to sing better. 2, 3. I take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. Namo Buddhaya. So just take your time when you sing softly and gently. Again, 2, 3. Very good. Very good. Very good. Now the second jewel. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and love. Namo Dharmaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Dharmaya. Can you say Dharmaya? Okay, 2, 3. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and love. Namo Dharmaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Dharmaya. Okay, all of you together. 2, 3. I take refuge. Very good. Very good. Very good. Yay. Very good. So now the third jewel. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community that live in harmony and awareness. Namo Sanghaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Sanghaya. Can you say Sanghaya? Okay, together. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community that live in harmony and awareness. Namo Sanghaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Sanghaya. 2, 3. I take refuge. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. So that's how we end, okay? So let's just sing all 3 jewels, and we end with Buddhaya, Dhammaya, Sanghaya. Okay? So come on, sit upright. So you sing right now. By the way, I'm recording your voice. And I'm going to put this on YouTube. I'm just kidding. 2, 3. I take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. Can we join our hands together like this? Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and love. Namo Dharmaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Dharmaya. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community that live in harmony and awareness. Namo Sanghaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Sanghaya. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya. Okay, you guys together. 2, 3. I take refuge. Now yes, give yourself a round of applause. Okay. Very good. Now I know that you remember. Very good. But you know, each and every one of you had the Buddha elements in you, had the Dharma elements in you, have the Sangha elements in you, which means you have the awakened mind, you have the way to practice, become a good person, and you have the harmony and humble inside you, being modest personality. Yeah, that all the elements, you have all that. But because now you are not stable yet, you take refuge in those 3 jewels first, and eventually your Buddha jewel, your Dharma jewel, your Sangha jewels be shine and be precious. And I know that we're running out of time, and thank you very much for your listening. And I hope that every morning you wake up with a smile and show appreciation of life. I want you, before you leave your house, I want you to bow to the 3 jewels, the Dhamma, the Buddha jewel, the Dharma jewel, and the Sangha jewel, to make your life be more protected, more secure, and more love and more joy. And when you take refuge in these 3 jewels, remember you are never alone and never lost. There's always their spirit guide you and show you the way. So thank you very much. Let us join our hands together and và chúng sanh đều tròn thành Phật.